Ito ang DCXL 558 Radyo Trabaho, ang inyong gabay sa hanap buhay. Malaki man o sa maliit na paraan, pwede kang maging bayani sa sarili mong kakayahan. Kwentong Bayani. Tunghayan ang mga storya ng bawat individual at organisasyon na siyang magbibigay ng inspirasyon sa mga komunidad, lipunan at sa bawat mamamayan. Kwentong Bayani. Kwentong Bayani. Kasama si Jojo Armenta at Radyoman Jenny Pahilanga sa Kwentong Bayani. Dito sa DCXL 558 Radyo Trabaho tuwing Sabado alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga at sa Facebook page ng RMN DCXL 558 Manila. Kwentong Bayani. Kwentong Bayani. Hatid ng Benita at Catalino Ya Foundation at ng RMN Networks. Kwentong Bayani. Kwentong Bayani.
Magandang umaga po ng Sabado sa inyong lahat. September 24 na po tayo, 2022. Oops, last Saturday for the month of September. Kamusta ho kayo? Welcome sa Kwentong Bayani. Ako po si Radyoman Jenny Pahilanga mula sa DZXL 558 RMN Manila. And of course, ang aking partner na na-miss ko naman last Saturday. And thank you kay Kuya Rod Marcino, Sir Rod, sa pag-alalay sa ating program last Saturday. But today, magkasama na kami. Partner Jojo, magandang umaga.
Good morning! Good morning, partner Jenny. Magandang Sabado po sa ating lahat, sa mga viewers and listeners. Tama ka dyan, partner, no? Huling Sabado na ng September. Sobrang bilis.
Oo nga. Tapos akalain mo, by next week, October na tayo magkikita, no?
Correct. Grabe, no? And ano na, nakifeel ko na yung breeze ng Christmas. Nakifeel mo na ba yan, partner?
Feel na dahil merong isang mall dito, partner Jojo, pag dumaan kami sa EDSA, nandun na yung kanilang mga Christmas decorations. Napakagandang mga ilaw.
At saka, sa malls, pinapatugtog na talaga yung mga Christmas song.
Correct ka dyan.
At this, very, early days, no? Before Christmas. Nakakatuwa naman.
Ito daw yung buwan na, ito daw yung celebration na naber pa lang, Pasko na sa Pilipinas.
Correct. At talaga namang very known ang Pilipinas for celebrating the Christmas early.
Correct.
Pero bago yan, no, we're still celebrating the Philippine Social Responsibility Month for the month of September. At ito ay isa sa mga core values ng BCYF na ina-advocate natin. Kaya naman, ang ating mga makakasama this morning, we have two guests actually that we're waiting for one more, no?
Okay.
There are already, they've been part of BCYF and been volunteering sa foundation na. So, hindi na sila bago sa atin, partner.
Wow, that's great. Sige. Ano partner, unahin na natin muna yung ating kasamang isa o hantay natin. Sige, ikaw ang bahala dyan, partner.
Sige, pwede na natin i-introduce ang ating isa sa mga guests natin this morning. I'm sure mag-hop in na lang na si Sir Huico, yung ating isang guest. So, pakilala ko na ang ating unang panauhin, partner Jenny.
Go ahead.
Sige. So, our first guest, one of the guests actually for this morning is a fintech advocate. Actually, he's the head of growth for Ayana, a fintech company that provides digital financial services to the unbanked, and advocate of financial literacy, a volunteer and an entrepreneur, and an explorer of the world. Ang ating mga kasama ay si Neil Palpeng. Good morning, Neil.
Hi, good morning. Magandang umaga sa mga tagapakinig ng DZXL.
Good morning,
Hi.
Sir Neil. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, doing great. It's Saturday, so pahinga tayo today.
Oo nga. Kapag Sabado talaga para naman sa pahinga, no? Sobrang trabaho for Mondays to Friday. Okay.
Yes.
So, ayun, sige. Umpisaan natin, Sir Neil. Siguro malaman din po natin, no? Sa umagang ito, paano po tayo naging bahagi ng BCYF? Ano po? At pakibahagi po sa amin, ito pong inyong advocacy o inyong pong nais na gawin pa rin para sa social responsibility pa rin.
Yes. Yung pagiging parte ko sa BCYF, parang that was 5 years ago. Usually kapag may mga events, sumasama lang ako . So, nakalimutan ko na nga sa dami ng taong nakasalamuha dun sa BCYF. Nakalimutan ko kung sino actually yung kaibigan ko na nagdala sa akin doon. So, inimbitan nila ako na maging host sa isang event nila during a youth conference. Kasi dati, we used to run an online magazine that promotes the advocacies of young people. So, if you're 25 and below, we promote you, we write about your stories, your advocacies. Tapos nagkaroon ng youth event sa Jose Rizal University, and then they asked me to be the host for that event. Tapos dun na nagsimula, dun na kung nakilala yung iba't iba. Then eventually si Jojo, dun ko na rin siya na-meet. Kasi yun lang talaga, parang it's a volunteer event. Tapos marami na ako nakilala ng iba't ibang tao doon.
What about your personal advocacy?
Yung personal advocacy ko, from banking kasi, lumipat ako sa development finance. So, finance talaga ang background ko. Pero dun sa trabaho namin, parte kami ng program ng Ateneo na nagtitrain ng mga migrants ng financial literacy, social entrepreneurship, tsaka leadership. So, per country, umiikot kami noon, wala pang pandemic. So, Singapore, Tokyo, Hong Kong. Hindi ako yung parte na nag-Europe. So, may mga kasama ko na sa Europe nag-iikot. Ako sa Asia lang. Tapos, I think it's a 5-month long program. Every 2 weeks bumabalik kami. Tapos, tutuloy financial literacy. Maliban sa mga OFWs, tinuturuan namin financial literacy sa mga high school students. Tapos sa mga factory workers. Yung trabaho ko ngayon, since lumipat ako na naging technology na, even that, dala-dala ko. Kasi yung pag-manage ng pera, hindi siya tinuturo sa school eh. Pero that's something that's very practical. So yun yung naging personal advocacy ko to teach financial literacy.
Oo. Kaya pala sabi kanina ni partner Jojo sa intro niya, partner sabi mo, nagtutour.
Yeah. Explorer of the world yan si
Explorer of the world. Okay, yun na 8.
I think Neil, ang nag-invite sa'yo ay si Ana Cabatuando.
Ana, yeah. Si Ana hindi ko masyadong close, actually.
From Ateneo din.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was first event ko din yun sa BCYF na na-meet ko si Neil noon eh. That's why then, lumago yung volunteer network ng BCYF. So, with that, Neil, since you've been volunteering for a long time, with different advocacy, for you, what is the definition of personal social responsibility commitment?
Okay, personal social responsibility. Ito yung something na medyo sa una malalim, pero nagmumula kasi ito dun sa exposure mo sa iba't ibang tao eh. Yung paging exposed mo dun sa mga social problems. Yung social responsibility, it's something na kung ano yung talento mo, kaya mo mabahagi sa mundo kahit walang kapalit na pera. So ito yung using your talents to actually share what you can. For example, ako, ang talento ko is sa pag-manage ng pera, so sa finance. Pero ginagamit mo to para matulungan yung ibang taong hindi mulat sa ganitong kaalaman.
Yeah. I'm curious lang ako, Neil, kasi I didn't know that you were very passionate about financial literacy. How did it started, your passion in doing this?
Okay. Dahil yan sa inis ko sa unang trabaho ko na bangko. So, sa bank, very corporate world. Papasok ka ng 9 to 5. Sabi ko, naghahanap ako ng paraan para makatulong but still using the skills that I got dun sa pagtatrabaho sa bangko. So, naghanap ako ng trabaho na pera pero makatulong. So, development financing, nag-train kami ng mga cooperative farmers, mga rural banks. So, kapag nag-training ako kasama sila, nag-ikot-ikot kami sa around the country. So, mga, let's say, sa Leyte, after Yolanda, we went there. Nice namin yung microfinance operations. So, mga ganun. And I think yung pakikisalamuha sa kanila palagi allowed me to continue that advocacy. Tapos yung naswertehan lang na yung company namin, partner ng Ateneo sa pag-train sa mga migrant workers, magandang magbiyahe na libre at wala binabayaran. So, sumama ako. Yeah.
Yung pala nag-umpisa, no? Partner.
Yes.
Kakaiba yun financial literacy. Sir Neil, anong nagbibigay siya ng inspirasyon at parang sige, natin to, i-push ko tong advocacy na to, especially ito nga yung financial literacy, no? Lalo sa mga estudyante, sabi mo nga, hindi naman tinuturo to at pinagpapatuloy mo to na gawin at ibahagi.
Yes. Ito yung mga, dahil sa kwentong nakukuha namin, mga feedback na, especially sa mga overseas Filipino workers, may iba nagtatrabaho na for 15 years, pero wala talaga silang napundar dun sa kanilang pinapadala sa bahay. So, after ng financial literacy trainings namin, which is, series of weeks, so hindi siya kaya ng isang bagsakan, after namulat sila dun sa kung paano mag-manage ng tama, narinig namin na unti-unti nakakabalik na sila sa school, unti-unti nakakapagtayo na sila ng matinong investment, tsaka nagkakaroon na sila ng plano na bumalik sa pamilya. Yung sa mga high school students naman, sa high school, nakipag-partner kami with yung sa Boys Town, Girls Town So yung Boys Town, Girls Town na to, they really come from impoverished families. So doon nila nalalaman na kaya palang ma-manage yung pera ng kanilang mga parents, or at least pwede lang mabahagi yung knowledge nila. So it's really the stories of people na nakakatulong ka, and that fuels your advocacy more.
Yun pala. Mas maraming maabot, matuto, di ba? 15 years, partner Jojo, no? Totoo yun OFWs ka tapos walang mapuntahan yung pera mo. Talagang kailangan ng katulad ni Sir Neil na nag-guide, no? Paano at saan mapupunta yung iyong kinita, hindi ba?
Yes. Actually, ko maraming nakaka-relate sa mga millennials kay Neil. Kasi, ang mundo ngayon, pag may Shopee, may Lazada, diba? Like, it's easy to spend money anywhere, anytime. So, it's good that we have someone like Neil who's very passionate in advocating financial literacy. Sa mga, na-curious din ako, no? Sa mga napuntahan mo, Neil, what were those lessons or learning that you gathered from different foreign lands regarding your advocacy that you want to implement in the Philippines, in the country?
Okay. Usually pag pumupunta kami kasi nagre-rehabilitate ng mga activities na yan. Pero ang napansin ko, siguro if may lesson lang, yung problema sa pagmamanage ng pera, hindi siya about kung gaano karami yung natatanggap mo ang sweldo For example, almost pareho yung problema ng mga seaman na kumikita ng 100,000-200,000 pesos dun sa mga domestic helpers na kita ay mga 25,000 pesos. Kasi yung the way na gumagastos yung mga tao is laging lumalampas minsan dun sa kanilang kinikita. So halos pareho yung problema nila regardless of your income. So it's really about yung lifestyle na pasok dun sa kinikita mo, or look for alternative ways on how you can finance your lifestyle. So I think yun yung common thread na nakikita namin from all these trainings that we do.
Okay. Siguro Sir Neil, kasi may nagtatanong din dito. Ayan, since pinag-uusapan nga natin itong financial literacy. Sa mga, nakikinig. Kahit siguro, partner Jojo, ilan lang ng mga 3 tips daw para sa financial literacy for, yung mga gustong mag-ipon na mapunta ng pera. Okay, 3 tips lang daw, sir. Go ahead.
Sige. Una muna is sa savings. Marami sa amin tatanong na ituloy yung kinikita ko, paano makapag-save. So, 2 bagay yung kailangang malaman.
Okay.
Una is, alamin mo kung yung bibilhin mo ay need or want ba yan. Kung need siya, pwede siyang i-finance ng iyong mga salary, mga active income. Kung want, wala kang karapatang bilhin yan unless meron kang passive income. Yun yung tinuturo namin.
Okay.
Ang mga needs naman, ito yung mga kailangan mo para mabuhay at saka maging productive sa trabaho. So, kung bili ka bili ng chichirya, ng chocolate, ng Jollibee ka lagi, those are wants kaya hindi ka talaga makakapag-save.
So, before ka pumunta sa number 2 and 3 mo, paki-explain naman kung ano ba yung passive income.
Okay, passive income. Ito yung kahit tulog ka o kahit wala kang ginagawa doon, kumikita. Halimbawa, pwede ka magparenta ng extra room sa iyong bahay. Pwede kang, yung tas may iba naman na interest mo na sa savings o kaya sa time deposit. Sa mga co-op, especially sa mga probinsya, matataas yung kanilang interest sa nakukuha dun sa kita.
Okay.
Yan.
Okay. Kahit natutulog ka, alam mong kumikita yung pera, no?
Yeah, paparenta lang ng bahay or pa-bed space. Usually din nagsisimula na yung mga tao.
Okay. Alright. Number 2.
Number 2, sige, sa loans. Yung loan, it's a double-edged sword. Minsan, magagamit mo siya para maging productive, para lumago yung either negosyo o yung income. Pero pwede rin siyang malugi ka. Halimbawa, alamin mo kung ano yung productive loans. Kapag productive loans, pwede ka mangutang. Pag hindi productive yung loans, as much as possible, wag. Pag hindi productive, gaya ng, for example, bibili ka ng gadgets, kasi usually may kasamang interest, o kaya may piyesta, kasi sa probinsya may piyesta, kailangan mo sabayin yung mga kapitbahay mo minsan So yun yung madalas namin kwentong naririnig na uutang ka para makasabay dun sa piyesta.
Totoo.
So dapat alam mo na hindi yan.
Patay yung mga pang-lipstick namin ngayon ni partner Joe. Ayan, wants and needs. Okay.
Number 3.
Yung pangatlo, okay, insurance naman. Yung pag nag-financial literacy kami, we don't promote any insurance companies. So ang sinasabi namin sa insurance is, kapag may medical emergency, ang usual na takbuhan ng mga tao ay utang. Pag hindi utang, may savings sila. Pero iba lang talaga yung nagre-respond sa medical emergency na gamit ang insurance. So, importante yung insurance. At hindi ito yung mga insurance na may investment na kasama. Ito yung, kasi ang point of view namin from a school, kasi ang point of view ng mga nag-insurance is para makabenta sila. So, as much as possible, huwag kayong kumuha ng insurance na may investment. Sa mga makakinig, lalo pag may mga insurance agents dito, maraming Especially now, we trade in finance talaga background ko. So, the past few years has been tough for the capital markets. Kaya, lalo na ngayon na kapag pinagsama mo ang insurance that protects you from risk, tsaka investment that involves risk, parang siyang abomination of a financial product Yun yung sinasabi namin. So, as much as possible, huwag kang kumuha. Kasi, if you invest it somewhere, mas mataas yung returns. So, karamihan napupunta lang siya sa mga commission. So, as much as possible, separate. Kasi kaya, sa tingin ng mga tao, mahal ang insurance kasi sinasama nila ng investment. But if it's purely insurance, mas makakamura ka.
So, feeling ko marami magre-react dito naman.
Yun yung controversial na namin
Kasi, tinuturo mo ba yan, Neil? Pag nagtitrain kayo?
Yes, pinapakitaan talaga namin silang computations. Because some of the people who designed that insurance products, kakilala ng mga heads namin So, kaya tumaas yung insurance sales also because of that product. Asan ba yung motivation na? Ang motivation namin to protect the OFW kasi wala naman kaming other motivation ba tinuturo yun Ang motivation na bumenta. So,
Ang daming natutunan. Thank you, Sir Neil.
So, tandaan niyo po yung 3 tips na sinabi ni Neil, Mamaya ilalagay namin sa isang quote card yan.
Yes.
Para matandaan ng ating mga listeners, lalo na yung mga young professionals, Neil. Yan ba sa mga target market mo, yung mga young professionals?
Yes, yung mga young professionals. So, especially for them, at least marami silang avenue para makakinig dun sa financial literacy
Do you also partner with schools ba, Neil? Financial literacy.
Ang partner namin is Ateneo. So, yung ibang professors ng Ateneo, sila yung magbibigay. Pero kapag sa schools, isa pa lang ang na-train namin yung Boys Town, Girls Town in Cavite, St. Mary's. So, sila talaga, naka-dorm sila dun, hindi sila maalis. They only leave the school once a year. So, interesting yung kanilang arrangement. Pero, sa mga schools pala, na-realize namin na gusto namin turuan yung mga estudyante through the teachers, pero even the teachers, hindi sila financially literate.
Correct.
So yung pagtuturo, nagsisimula sa kanila.
Sa teacher mo.
Sila yung minsan yung baon sa utang kasi maraming teachers loans So lalo silang iniimbitang mangutang na mangutang.
That's true. Lalo na sa sa public schools.
Yeah.
Sa public schools, parang hindi naman mandatory, pero they're really encouraged to get the loan. That's true.
Okay, alright.
But,
So, partner, alam ko may tanong ka pa dyan, pero bigyan mo na rin siya.
sa tingin pa lang.
Oo, makapag-tubig muna si Sir Neil. At tayo babalik. Meron pa tayong isang guest po ay naantabayan ng partner, no?
Yes.
When we come back, kasama na ho namin. Of course, with Sir Neil pa rin. Babalik po agad ang ating programa makalipas ang ilang paalaala dito lamang sa
Kwentong Bayani.
Ang mga kwento nila ay inspirasyon sa iba.
Diba, how can you make sense of this pandemic? Yung mga tao dating matitibay by their fortitude in life, ngayon may mental health problem. So I believe coaching and personal development is where we would come in.
Why personal social responsibility? Kasi I felt kailangan natin ito isabuhay dahil ika nga no, we have to walk the talk. We have to try to walk the talk.
Ang mga hakbang na kanilang ginawa ay malaki ang naiambag para sa pagbabago sa buhay ng bawat isa.
I initially started a youth organization for the youth, regardless of their age, just for them to be of service.
Kapag pinapainom ko sila ng kape, tumitigil ang tutukan at nag-uusap at nasusulong ang usaping pangkapayapaan.
Pakinggan ang kwento ng bagong kabayanihan sa Kwentong Bayani. Kwentong Bayani, kasama sina Jenny Pahilanga at Jojo Armenta tuwing Sabado alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga sa DCXL 558 Radyo Trabaho. Ang kwento nila para sa iba ay bayani ka.
We started this program because we wanted to show how heroic Filipinos are. How there are so many wonderful people, men, women alike, many young, some quite old, working to better not only themselves but their neighbors and indirectly therefore the country.
Kwentong Bayani, hatid ng DCYF at ng RMN Networks. Sa Metro Manila, DCXM Radyo Trabaho, DCXM ang tunay na gabay sa hanap buhay. Kwentong Bayani, kasama si Jojo Armenta at Radyoman Jenny Pahilanga sa Kwentong Bayani.
At nagbabalik po ang ating Kwentong Bayani. Ayan, kasama pa rin po syempre yung ating partner Jojo Armenta, of course, ang yung Radyoman Jenny Pahilanga. At syempre kasama natin si Sir Neil. At partner, eto na. Please do the honor naman para pa rin sa ating kasama sa umagang ito.
Okay, so dumating na po ating pangalawang panauhin sa umagang ito. So, pakilala ko na, partner Jenny.
Go
Ang
ahead.
ating second guest ay member of the board of directors in the largest conglomerate in the Philippines like San Miguel Corporation, Meralco, and many more. Advisory Council member and head of the CSR Sports Committee of Benita and Catalina Foundation. He's also the director of National Golf Association in the Philippines and currently the vice chairman of Halalang Marangal, a public servant and a sport enthusiast. Our second guest for this morning, wala iba kundi si Sir Popoy Huico. Good morning, Sir Popoy.
Morning, Sir Popoy.
Good morning, everyone. Just a slight correction. I am not anymore a member of the board of directors of the huge conglomerates that you mentioned. That was several years ago. Although I am the vice chairman of Halalang Marangal. And it was my privilege to have served those conglomerates, as it is my honor now to be serving as Vice Chairman of the Alalang Marangal and being involved with BCYF. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Good morning, Sir Popoy. Kasama po natin, Sir Popoy, sa Zoom na ito ay si Neil Kwentong. He's the head of the growth of Ayana po.
Hi, good morning po.
Yeah.
Morning, Neil.
Alright, itanong na natin kay Sir Popoy, no? Sir Popoy, we asked Neil earlier about this as well. So, para po sa ating mga viewers and listeners na nakikinig at nanonood ngayon, we want to know po, what's your, how did you get involved in BCYF and what is your personal advocacy?
Well, I was, excuse me, I was invited by founder Tony Yap, I think in 2016, 2017. And it all started when I was asked to deliver a talk on social responsibility at the Far Eastern University in a conference that had guests from the academe and from the private sector. And since then, I've been involved, not consistently, not regularly. I've been asked to do certain projects like the BCYF Policy Institute. We had what do you call this? A roundtable on innovation, and also a roundtable just before the Olympics on whether the Philippines will be able to win a gold medal, and it was a very prophetic roundtable discussion because the Philippines did win the gold medal through weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and we had so many guests there at that time. Mikey Kawangko, the representative of the International Olympic Committee for the Philippines, Apiko Thompson, Olympians like Apiko Thompson and Christine Jacob, Monsu Del Rosario, Stephen Fernandez, and several others, and officials like Stephen Hontiveros and Dean Francis Diaz of the University of the Philippines. So my other advocacy is with a group called Network for Justice and Compassion. Right now we're working on a program to help certain communities with regard to education and nutrition of toddlers and preschoolers, the second 1,000 days, meaning 3 years old and above, to include also some program on livelihood for their parents to sustain the program. So those are my involvements. And of course, in sports, this afternoon, in a few hours, we will be launching the Shaky Super League. It's a historic league in the sense it's the first time that all 10 teams of the NCAA and all 8 teams of the University Athletic Association of the Philippines, UAAP, are playing under one roof at the equally historic Rizal Memorial Coliseum. In fact, I have to be there in 45 minutes. So that's it. Those are my involvements.
Ayan. Sir Popoy, siguro Sir Neil, mamaya tanong natin kay Sir Neil. Sa dami po ng inyong ginagawang mga programa na yan, napakagaganda po, at whether sabi nga po sa ating mga kababayan, importante po matanong din natin sa inyo, Sir, sa inyong pagiging bahagi na yan sa corporate or serving the country, ano po yung pinakapaborito nyo na ginagampanan po ninyo or advocacy ninyo na gusto nyo pang mapalagana po para sa ating mga kababayan, para sa ating mga nakikinig at nanonood po ngayon na malaman din nila, Sir?
Well, para sa akin, ang importante is I'm able to help in an organized manner the weak, yung mga dehado, yung mga kulang sa pagkakataon, yung mga ganun, yung mga medyo mahihirap na hindi napaspasan ng pagkakataon. Kaya mahirap yan sa simula pa lang, sa pool pa lang, sa umpisa. Disadvantage na, lugi na yung mga mahihirap dahil walang tamang nutrition, so hindi magkakaroon ng tamang brain development. Sa pagpasok sa eskwela, hirap na. Para sa akin, yung mga weak, yung underdog, at saka yung mga underprivileged, yung mga sinasabi nga nila noon at ngayon, yung mga nasa laylayan, mga marginalized, yun, para sa akin malaking bagay yun, yung underdog, yung talagang kulang sa pagkakataon at kulang sa opportunity. At nadi-deny ng opportunity, kaya itong program namin na tinatawag namin to help the underprivileged children, starting with their mothers. The program is called Food Justice, because all of us under our Constitution are entitled to have access to food, education. That's part of the full range of human rights that is guaranteed under our Constitution.
Okay, so yung mga ano pala nasa ilalim, no, partner Jojo at Sir Neil, no, ang gusto ni Sir Popoy talaga na mabahagi at matulungan. Yun ang maganda, kwentong bayani talaga, di ba, partner?
Oo, opo. At ngayon, no, ito question din na maganda na marinig ng ating mga viewers and listeners in changing, now that we have a new government po, no, Neil and Sir Popoy, how do you think can the government help and reach out these personal advocacies that you have para po mas mapalaganap natin yung citizenship, sustainability, and social responsibility na advocacy ng BCYF? Unahin po natin si Neil.
Okay. Yung personal advocacy ko is financial literacy. So, paano makakatulong ang government? I think this is something that can be added dun sa curriculum ng schools. Pero bago yung ma-add sa curriculum ng schools, kailangan mo nang maturuan yung mga teachers how to be financially literate. Kasi ito yung kulang dun sa curriculum. Alam ko nag-pilot na before ng several programs to do it, pero yun yung kulang. I think naman sa mga OFWs, they also train before going abroad. So at least that's good. Pero ang pinatarget kasi namin yung matatagal na abroad. So I think it really comes from educating the people about these issues. At hindi ito something na madali lang gawin. Dapat talaga pag-aralan.
Yeah, that's true. So this particular agency you were talking about is DepEd, no?
Yes.
And CHED. Okay, that's the government agency. Thank you, Neil. Si Sir Popoy naman po.
Well, magiging crucial dito sa pagtulong sa mga tao at whatever level, yung digital technology, kailangan mapalawak ang ating connectivity. Because yung ating connectivity is a way of leveling the playing field.
Yes.
Pag wala kang internet connection, ludi ka. You don't have access to information, even yung mga farmers. You don't have access to proper prices. Nandun lang yung kabilang dako, no? Nagbebenta doon. Hindi nga alam kung magkano nagbebentahan doon. Kaya pag nagpunta sa kanya yung middleman, binibili sa kanya. Hindi nga alam kung tamang presyo ito dahil hindi nga alam, dahil wala siyang informasyon. Right. But siguro, so yung digital technology, kailangan ma-emphasize yan, even sa mga toddlers. Maturuan mo pagkagaling sila mga bata mag-swipe and all of that. And that should be part of what the government should be looking at. Sinabi ni kapatid Neil yung financial literacy. That is good because that is part of our aim should be financial inclusion. As many people should be have access to katulad nga yung tinatawag na GCash na yan. That is one way of financial inclusion. People who cannot go to a bank, who do not have the qualifications to open a bank account or don't have access to brick and mortar, they do it through the internet, through Wi-Fi, or 2G or 3G or whatever. No? Diyan na naman papasok yung digital technology.
Okay, ayan.
And of course, kailangan, aside from teaching especially the kids, no, having easy access to this technology, digital world, responsible dapat din ang mga magulang, no, na i-guide ang ating mga anak kasi mahirap na, diba? Kasi they can access everything, no? May curious question ako kay partner, may curious question ako kay Sir Popoy, na I know you're very sport enthusiast, you've been in the sport industry for so long. Sir Popoy, paano po natin parang nai-integrate ang social responsibilities sa sports?
Well, excellence in sports and and wellness is a requirement. Under our Constitution, I always go back to the Constitution because yun ang basis eh. Nakalagay yan dun eh. That the state guarantees, it encourages, it promotes physical education, sports development, and all of that. By the way, when you help an athlete become a world-class athlete, that is a way of leveling the playing field because generally, most of our athletes are financially challenged. They come from the more modest sectors of society, and sport is a way of it's one way of improving their social mobility, yung upward social mobility nila, no? And example lang si Manny Pacquiao, si Heidelin Diaz, a lot of these people, Efren Bata Reyes, no? By developing them, that is a way of exercising social responsibility. Na maybe it goes back to what we mean by social responsibility. No? Para sa akin, social responsibility, your willingness to voluntarily assume responsibility, personal responsibility for helping solve the problems of society. Okay? One of our problems is this nga, upward mobility. One of our problems is sports development. And if you do help them, that is an exercise of social. It has to be voluntary and gratuitous. Libre. Wala kang sweldo, wala kang allowance. Hindi na social responsibility at trabaho na yan. That's a job.
Okay, yun. So siguro naman this time, partner, thank you Sir Popo and partner Jojo. Hingan natin siguro ng magandang advice or word of wisdom. Ayan, si Sir Neil, si Sir Popo, lalo sa ating mga nakinig, since we're talking about social responsibility pa rin. Ano pong pwede niyong maibahagi sa kanila ng magandang mga payo? Ayan, Sir Neil.
Okay. Yung social responsibility, nasimulan siya sa pag-volunteer sa iba't ibang mga activities. Unti-unti mo mahahanap yung advocacy mo. So for those listening, especially din sa mga mas bata, try to volunteer in as many programs, activities as possible. Kasi dun mo makikita kung ano talaga yung gusto mong gawin eh. So, ang dami kong pinagdaanan like advocacy for art, for environment, but dun ko nahanap sa financial literacy, yung advocacy ko. So while you guys are still young, even kahit not so young, you try to volunteer as much as you can kasi dun mo makita yung what you're passionate for.
Okay, ayan. Si Sir Popoy. Ayan. Sir Popoy, meron po kayong word of advice? Ayan.
Well, social responsibility, being socially responsible is part of good citizenship. And that has to be so. Di ko nga alam ngayon kung sa eskwela, I think one day a week lang yata yung tinuturo tungkol sa good citizenship eh. Parang nabawasan na rin, katulad ng PE, nabawasan na rin. I think once a week lang yata, several hours, no? That is part of good citizenship. And by the way, by being socially responsible, you are in effect strengthening democracy. Meaning, democracy, demo is people, cracy is power. That is power when you exercise your power to do something good for the country. That is an exercise in democracy. You are being socially and politically responsible. But siyempre, it has to be organized. Mahirap yung kanya-kanyang ano. Better that if you have sana with a group, so that it can be more strategic and it can be organized para hindi na sasayang yung resources. Kasi maraming tapon eh. Kung pare-parehong ginagawa at kung sama-sama, ika nga ni Pope Francis, there is a lot of work to be done and we must work together. Together ang key dyan.
Yes.
Okay, ayan.
We are better together.
Yes.
Ayan.
Okay.
Thank you, Sir Popoy. Hinahinga naman natin sila ng kung may mga social media, yung mga groups or organizations that you are affiliated with, pwede niyo pong i-promote ang social media ngayon para po sa ating mga viewers and listeners. Go ahead, Neil.
Okay, hi. My social media handle is Neil Kwentong, Neilpaltme. Yung sa amin kasi, mostly through the schools, so masyadong social media presence. So you can follow my Instagram there. Also, if you're heading up to La Union one of these days, we're opening up a bar/restaurant there, Surf Town. So I'm in La Union now, so okay dito. Yeah. Go to our bar.
Nasa La Union ba si Sir Neil?
Yeah, surfing.
How's the weather? How's the weather?
Wala pa yung bagyo. But we're expecting it.
Harangin mo na, sir.
Paparating na.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Pupunta kami ni partner partner Jenny sa La Union.
Pag walang bagyo. Yeah.
Walang bagyo. Thank you, Neil. Okay, Sir Popoy, kayo po. Halalang marangal, meron po bang Facebook?
Meron, pero hindi kasi ito wala akong Facebook, hindi. Medyo meron na tayong generation divide. Hanggang Viber at saka cellphone at saka iPad at laptop. Pagdating dun sa mga Instagram at Twitter, medyo hindi ko makaya yan.
Ay, okay.
Yan. Pero for sure, meron po ang halalang marangal na Facebook. Hi! Facebook page. Pwede po nating i-follow yan para po mas malaman natin kung ano yung ginagawa, or yung objectives and
Next time, before I go on board, I will ask all of these details.
Okay.
Yung Facebook page and all.
Okay.
Alright.
Right, sige. So, ayan, maraming salamat kay Sir Neil at Sir Popoy sa umagang ito sa inyong pagsama sa amin. Magandang umaga po. Salamat.
Magandang umaga po. Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Popoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ayan, partner Jojo, napakagandang kausap ni Sir Neil at saka ni Sir Popoy. Sir Neil pala nasa La Union, ano?
Yes, he's about to open a bar there. Sabi ko entrepreneur yan So, yun yung venture na pinapasok niya ngayon. So, kung pupunta kayo ng La Union sa Surf Town, yan.
Alam mo, pinakamahirap talaga sa financial literacy Di ba?
Oo, totoo yan. Lalo na ngayon kasi laganap na yung mga wallet, e-wallet.
Gcash.
E-wallet, like Gcash, Paymaya, diba? If you have something there, ang bilis mag-Shopee. Lazada.
Tukso.
Kaya maganda yung sinabi ni Neil na need and want. Kailangan alam niyo yung priority nyo. And of course, yung sinabi ni Sir Popoy, na we have to be socially aware dun sa mga nasa laylayan.
Correct.
Para maging responsible tayo.
Yes.
Know your priorities. At yan, thank you, partner Jenny, This morning has been so productive and a lot of insights and learning. Nagpapasalamat po ang BCYF sa pagtutok nyo sa Kwentong Bayani this past month and this past month for September, because we're celebrating the Philippine Social Responsibility Month. At abangan nyo po ang mga susunod pang celebration. I'm about to get the details for what is the celebration for October. But of course, it's Teachers Month yan. Teachers Month. So for sure, we're going to invite professors, teachers to share their stories, their Kwentong Bayani insights para sa ating month of October.
Yes. And partner, paki-invite mo sila to visit yung Facebook account.
Yeah, so Facebook page, BCY Foundation, and www.bcyfoundation.org. Pwede po kayo mag-visit para malaman niyo po ang mga susunod na mga programs or projects and events ng BCYF. And malalapit na po ang search for Hometown Heroes. Mag-o-open na muli for November. Mag-o-open na muli ang nomination for the National Search for Hometown Heroes. Abangan niyo po yan sa Facebook page ng BCYF.
BCYF. Excited tayo dyan, partner. At bisitahin niyo rin po ang aming Facebook page, RMN DZXL 558 Manila. Paki-like and share na po yung aming programa ngayon ni partner Jojo at na aming mga guest Kwentong Bayani. Okay? So partner, yan, mauna ka na.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So maraming salamat po muli sa mga nanonood, nag-antabay at saka sa mga nakinig po dito po sa aming programa ngayong umaga. Kay Sir Neil, Sir Popoy, maraming salamat po. At muli, from DCY Foundation, ako po si Jojo Armenta.
At mula naman po sa RMN DZXL 558 Manila, Radyo Man Jenny Pahilanga. Abangan niyo po muli kami sa susunod na Sabado, October na yan, partner.
Yes!
October na alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga. Dito lamang po sa programang
Kwentong Bayani.